Welcome to this video where we discuss Clutch. Yesterday, after the game's first gameplay reveal, the developers, along with the YouTubers who got to try it early, shared a whole bunch of new information about the game. This covers the map, cars, game modes, and driving. Essentially, everything I've gathered for you. Today, I'll summarize all the new information we learned about Clutch overnight. As a bonus, and this is the second bit of good news, there's gameplay footage in good quality. Because yesterday, when I was sharing Clutch gameplay with you, unfortunately, it was low-quality gameplay. I downloaded this from YouTube and re-uploaded it to my channel, so the quality isn't great. Since it's still a YouTube video, there's some loss compared to watching the game directly on your screen. For you, it's still better quality, I think, than what I showed you yesterday. So, just a quick update on the news about Clutch. Don't hesitate to check out the video I released yesterday if you want to learn the main information that came out of this gameplay. And just like yesterday, just a reminder, you can enter the giveaway to win any game you want for free. Use the Instant Gaming giveaway link below the video to join for free. Just click Participate. The draw is on June 30th and the winner chooses their game. Remember, you can use this link to visit Instant Gaming and buy future games, subscription cards, Game Pass, or more at discounted prices. Thanks to those who checked it out. Now, let's get to the latest Clutch news. There's a lot of good news about the game's multiplayer. Multiplayer is confirmed, and you can play the campaign in co-op. Because actually, if I'm not mistaken, as the story of the game progresses, you'll play as Theo, who will be the main character. But he will be accompanied, throughout the different missions, by his sister. So you'll be able to play the campaign in co-op. I'm not sure if you can play with more than 2 players, but co-op is definite. One player joins the other's session. The main character will be Theo, and the other player will play as his sister. It's also confirmed that, in addition to co-op mode, there will be PvP modes as well as PvPvE modes. Apparently, in this PvPvE mode, you'll have to face other players to steal various items scattered all over the map. Meanwhile, the police, who will be controlled by AI, will chase us to try to stop us. It's also confirmed that multiplayer will support up to 16 players per session. For now, we don't have information on how it will actually work. Will we have open servers like in Forza Horizon, where all players can join and where we can have gatherings with our friends? In these sessions, will there be 16 players in total, including just your friends or including all the random people on the server? Or are we moving more towards, and that would be really perfect, a multiplayer system like Forza Horizon 3 with a private server system, where we could be only with our friends, only with the people we want to play with? And in that case, does it mean we could invite, well, 15 people to end up with 16 players? No idea. In any case, the multiplayer mode is confirmed for 16 players. That's also confirmed. So, that's not from the developers. It's from someone who had the chance to test the game during the Summer Game Fest. And apparently they confirmed that in multiplayer, there will be walkthrough showrooms, which means, as you probably guessed, that it will be possible to go check out other players' garages, or maybe a mini exhibition of these cars while walking around on foot, as a pedestrian character. And there will also be car meets. So, are car meets really a separate mode, like they are in Forza Horizon 6, with small parking lots where you can come and park to look at other people's cars? Or is it simply that there are spots planned for us to do this kind of thing ourselves? We don't really know. Another detail related to the open world. This time, it was confirmed that Monaco, which will be the main city of the game, has been modeled at almost a 1/1000 scales. That means all the roads you find in real-life Monaco will also be in the game. All those geographical features, all those iconic buildings have even been added to the game. They even specifically modeled several very famous buildings. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, they modeled the building where Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen live. For real, which is actually a pretty cool little reference. We don't have much information about the rest of the size of the map. What we do know is that Monaco, in reality, is about 2 square kilometers, so it's big and not big at the same time. That's a nice city size, but let's still hope that around it, there are other dozens of square kilometers to explore. The open world, a bit like in Forza, will be filled with missions to accomplish. Side missions, for example, speed cameras, jumps to perform, collectibles to collect. You can clearly see Forza Horizon's influence here. There's no info yet on the environment's destructibility. Will we be able to break through all the barriers, all the trees to cut across the fields? That we don't really know. What we do know is that apparently there are very few limitations on where players can go, which suggests that there will be plenty of opportunities for those who wanted to go off-road, meaning, clearly, to drive through the mud, the dirt, over the bumps. Basically, just to go off-road. With your vehicle, there should normally be off-road missions and races, but we should still be free to explore the map. There aren't many barriers stopping us from going anywhere. Another piece of information this time about the car list is that there will be 150 confirmed cars on day one, so that's definitely a lot less than in a Forza game. But still, the question remains. Do we want to have more cars that we can't really customize much, or would we rather have a few less cars? Well-modeled, with a lot more customization, a lot more body parts, kits, and so on. So, let me know what you think in the comments. But apparently, 150 cars are planned for day one. I repeat, day one, because we don't know if there will be any follow-up for the game later on, if there will be DLCs or updates down the line. Once again, we're projecting a lot here, since the game is only coming out in a year after all, but apparently, 150 cars in the car list on day one, knowing that apparently, all the cars we see in the different images of walking around the map. All the cars that are driven by AI could be traffic cars, not racing cars. But really, cars in the traffic will be cars that we can actually get ourselves, which means, as you can see, at first glance, we will indeed be able, in this game, to buy or get and customize a Renault Twingo one. That's really cool, and it confirms that all the cars shown in the gameplay images will be in the game's car list. Apparently, all the traffic cars will be vehicles that we can have as well. There are also some new details that have been given about the grappling hook system. Now, I have to admit, the grappling hook system, well, for now, that's the thing that has put me off a little, and I think it's the thing that's raising a lot of questions. On social media, it's a bit divisive, because there are also people who are really happy to see these kinds of elements coming back. Gadgets on the cars that maybe bring us closer to a more action-oriented driving gameplay, like in Need for Speed. It's also confirmed that there will be other accessories besides the grappling hook, and the grappling hook can actually be used to latch onto certain poles or objects in the environment, as we've seen, for making very fast turns in a corner, for example. But apparently, you can also latch onto other cars, so I hope that's something that won't be available in multiplayer, or at least, if it is available in multiplayer, they'll need to find a way to balance it properly. And apparently, it's mainly in single player, and it's mostly for grabbing police cars to make them flip over. In the open world, we'll be free to use the grappling hook however we want. Indeed, we could see in the short gameplay clips some images of the grappling hook, with little prompts appearing on the screen. So, as we're used to, the grappling hook automatically locks onto the spot that's indicated to perform the action. Well, apparently the grappling hook will have free aiming, meaning that literally you'll be able to attach your grappling hook pretty much anywhere you want, wherever you can aim. In any case, quite a few good pieces of news have been confirmed, right? Regarding multiplayer, the map, and of course, the car list as well. As for me, I'm still a bit skeptical about the whole grappling hook thing. That's kind of the feature that's dividing people about the game right now. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. But anyway, the developers are aware of this. They know it very well. By the way, the person behind this project, Clutch, Mike Brown, who is the director of Maverick Game Studio, the team developing the game, posted a short message on social media that said this. I'll quote it for you. If you're a car enthusiast and you've only seen that clip, he's referring to the famous grappling hook clip with the drifting Mustang in the corner. I get why you might have reservations. I simply encourage you to be patient and wait until we show you more about the game. I'm convinced that you'll be won over when you see more about Clutch. Yeah, that's all I'm asking for. I just want to be convinced anyway. Honestly, let's be real. In my opinion, this game is shaping up to be a bit of a banger. The Need for Speed vibe, the action. It's something we haven't seen in games for a very long time. With the police, with beautiful graphics, with an open world set in Monaco, that's already a lot of positive points. And then, well, let's not forget. One thing is that there's still a year left before the game comes out, and in the end, the gameplay they've shown so far is pretty promising. As for what we can expect in a year, well, that's just my opinion. Of course, let me know yours in the comments. In any case, I hope this little video has brought you some good news about the game. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe for future videos, because I'm going to be following the game very, very closely. And of course, you can also join me on Twitch, where I regularly do live streams. It's always great to see you there. I'll see you tomorrow for the next videos. Ciao. Bye.